Okay, move to the next story. You know, the federal government may have lifted the ban on the importation of vehicles through the land borders. The development is projected to revitalize economic activities with a corridor. Now, recall that the outgone government had shut the borders with Benin Republic and subsequently banned the importation of vehicles in that axis. We expect freight forwarders to take advantage of this window and play by the rules, Bala. Playing by the rules is the name of the game.
Yes, but I'm from a border area. Well, I've been passing through, those roads. I still see vehicles on the way, despite the closure of border.
No. Imported vehicles?
I will tell you that. Tokumbo vehicles. I still see them. And when you see one, you will know this is an imported vehicle.
Did you report to anybody?
I should report?
Yeah.
Who do I report to? Do I report to you? See, the issue is this. We have a very porous border, unmounted border without anybody in there sometimes.
Okay.
Okay? You see, the issue is this. What legitimately supposed to go into the federal government purse is being filtered away by the closure of the border. Okay, we saw on the floor of the National Assembly, the House of Rep, a lawmaker coming out. He said he's from Katsina. He said maybe his town is not far from, the border. That he saw what was happening. And it's like that in many borders. It is okay that the federal government is coming back to do the right thing, at least. And you will see that by the time they stop importation of all these vehicles around the borders, the revenue that was due to the federal government went down drastically. And the comptroller of semi-border said it, where it was hinted that very soon we notice, at least a new consideration from the federal government, and then the jetson of, closure of border, to make sure that, we have at least vehicles coming through the border.
Yeah.
To me as a person, it's a right decision because we want money. Yes, we want money. The only thing that I will say is that we should include technology in the way we control our borders.
Yeah.
It's no more a feasible thing that you must have custom men, you must have immigration people. No. All over the world, we are talking of artificial intelligence, we are talking of technology, we are talking of...
But it begs the question of, are we deliberately allowing our borders to be this porous? Or it is our way of life?
Because we are not doing what we ought to do. No, we should know one thing. Criminals will always be ahead of government, instead of the government being ahead, of criminals. Because of the fact that some people want to play smart Alex, they will always make sure that, they make use of that lacuna of not having the right people manning the border.
Okay.
And even what about, our customs and our immigration? We have, I'm sorry to say it, why we have better people, we have people who are good people, compatriots.
Don't be sorry. You give me the impression you are a part of the problem.
No, I'm not part of the problem. You see, if I say I'm sorry, okay, I won't be sorry.
Okay, even about, mine is, if we want tight borders, there must be a sync between Nigeria and Benin Republic, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon, don't you think?
Yes, that is the way it should be. But you see, over the years, so many years back, I used to go to Republic of Benin, to Togo, and all those places. And you will realize that as soon as you exit Nigerian border to Benin Republic border, there's a change, there's a difference.
Attitude?
Yes. They are very serious-minded. They are very detailed. The Beninois, yes.
Okay.
So, but over the period, they've realized that, okay, some things could happen at the other side of the border, so why not compromise? That was what actually happened. Because I remember there was a time somebody told me that she was traveling and she had it easy on Nigerian end of the border, and as she crossed to the other side, it was difficult for her because she had some stuffs on her to take to the Republic of Benin, and she didn't have enough documents to, support what she was taking over there. And it was a very serious thing, and she had to go back to Nigeria to go and do the needful. But the question I asked her was, didn't you pass through the border? Were you so invisible? Didn't you meet with anybody? And she said, I was able to, you know what we do. So I'm not going to remove myself from it because we're all Nigerians. Yeah. So opening the border is one thing. Now, putting people who have over the years, been very transparent, been very accountable, is imperative. Because even when, like he said, when the border was closed, vehicles were coming in.
Regardless.
Yes. And they were very dangerous. The manner of speed these people, would drive, you know that if you run into them, you are dead. They are very desperate and they were ready to crush anything that will cross their path. So now that the border is open, everything becomes official. Maybe a little bit of sanity would be obtainable at the border because most of those, they call them firewall. What did they call them?
Firewall people.
Sometimes they come in through the villages.
Yes,
around the border, all these border towns. And it got to a point, the residents of all those places made it a business. So if you're going through the back door, there are different stops where you grease palm here, you give this person this, and you're...
But even at that point, it's a two-way street. If you don't give, they don't take.
Because if you don't give, they won't allow you, even when you have everything in place.
So where is the problem?
The problem is with us, Nigerians. Because you see, anytime you see that we have any collaboration with other people, we end up corrupting them. We end up making them look like, oh, you are fools. Make money. We are making money here. And before you know human beings. So at the end of the day, when they want to deal with Nigerians, that is, I'm talking about Beninois, the way they deal with Nigerians.
Bola, securing our border is something you cannot take for granted.
Yes.
Remember the border issue between the U.S. and Mexico and all that. Around the world,
yes,
your border is, managing your border is like managing a country's life.
Yes. Yes, because many things will go wrong if you fail to manage your border very well. In the case of Nigeria, there is no way we can manage our border or we can man our border 100%. It's not possible. But what we can do is that we can put measures in place to make sure that we secure our border, and then so that there can be prosperity, for the people of the country. Fine. Look, I'm so happy with the opening of the border. One, because many activities are equally going on around the border, from the other side and our side. People moving all about, and then going with and coming in with goods that can make life better for the people. But with the situation of the closure, you will realize that except in the area of the porous borders, and then it's with, how do I say, apprehension that you see people doing the business. It's not that they are doing the business as easy.
But do you know, we talk about the subsidy on fuel, petroleum products gone for good. But at the same time, we cannot preclude the pilfering of petrol from across the border. This our side of the border to the other side.
Yes.
We can. It's going to be very difficult, except we have the right people at the border, people who are more
conscientious.
Yes, thank you. So, okay, let's take this instance. When prior to the removal of the subsidy, the border was closed and people were exporting. How are they doing it?
Connivance.
So you see, the closure of the border then was just by bare lip service. Activities were going on, but illegally. And you know, in illegalities, some people profit from. So, and that is why it is better the border is open. So whatever it is you are taking in or out of the country, you go through the right process. If there are payments to be made, you pay. So that this money will go into the coffers of the government than into individual pockets. This has been going on. You go, even it was, they banned rice in 2016, I think.
18.
Was it 18 or 16? I think around April.
Okay.
It was banned. But, well, have we not been seeing imported rice all over the place? Was it being dropped from the sky? Oh. People were importing this food item. So
and ferrying them across the border.
Irrespective of whether you close it and then you think it is closed, what they will bring in, they will bring in, because some people are going to compromise.
All right. I hear. Well, our business here, as I always say, is to mold opinion, allow decision makers to work with our suggestions here. Okay.